it's Tam from Loki Battle Mats, and I'm here to tell you about the ENnie award-winning The Dungeon Books of Battle Mats. The Dungeon is a 2-book set of battle maps for tabletop role-playing games, and these are lay-flat, wipe-clean books of maps which are modular, so they line up and you can work with them together. So without further ado, let's get in there and I'll show you what I mean. So, each book for the dungeon is a hardback book, and every page is a map, and it is full of lay-flat, wipe-clean battle mats. These are designed to be used together to create 2-foot by 2-foot rather epic maps. But I will just quickly show you that each book is a set of 2 complementary maps, and thanks to the innovative 360-degree spine we feature on all our products, you can fold everything fully in half and play each map individually. When it comes to the dungeon, that affords you an unrivaled amount of flexibility and adaptability. So you can play anything from a 1-foot by 1-foot up to a 2-foot by 2-foot playing area, and you can line them up in lots of different ways, which I will go through as well. Now, as you can see, we start off with our blank grids, which can be customised with any non-permanent marker and will wipe straight off, so you can draw your own maps if there isn't something which is quite right in the books themselves. You will also notice that everything lays completely flat on the table thanks to this innovative spine. Again, you can fold everything in half to play each page individually, or open them up to play them as the larger area. This also means that when you're writing on your maps, or if you're using miniatures or 3D scenery to build up any heights, you have a very stable, flat base to work from here. There is absolutely no tilting whatsoever. And again, you have all the options here for how you'd like to use these books. So working through them, as you can see, what we have designed here is 2 complementary books. So I'll move them apart a little bit so you can see where the middle is. But you have here a set of dungeon entrance maps, which, as you can see, work together as a 2-foot by 2-foot map by using both pages of all the books. But equally, you can also just play each map page individually by itself, or even a single book playing across just the 2 maps. So you have all the options here. For this video, I'll go through the 2-foot by 2-foot options, and at the end I'll show you some of the other formations you can use. And again, the 360-degree spine allows for everything to lay flat and everything is wiped clean. These maps are designed to be a time saver for dungeon masters. We are fully aware of the amount of time spent planning and preparing for games, and these books will remove the need to draw maps pre and mid-game, because you will simply be able to reach onto the bookshelf behind you, pick up a book, and each book individually has 40 map pages in it, which is, my math isn't very good, but it's an infinite number of different combinations. Because we have our standard entry-exit points on these maps, as you'll see as you work through them, everything works with everything else, so you can line these maps up in an infinite number of different ways. So when we talk about customizable maps, the first way you can customize our maps in terms of the dungeon modular books of battle mats is you can line them up in any way you see fit. So we have designed these pages to work together as a larger spread, but these pages will also work with other pages in the book. So you can work through using the standard entry-exit points and create your own maps from what you have in front of you. There's lots of different combinations. It means that these books are usable over and over again in multiple different encounter scenarios, because you can make them different every time. They are also customizable in terms of being completely wipe clean and fully compatible if you want to use miniatures and height because of that stability. In terms of table space, 2-foot by 2-foot, as you can see, creates a really epic in terms of size for your encounter area here. We always have a mixture in terms of corridor sizes. We have 4 squares going along here, and the 2 areas here. So you have pinch points, you have wider areas, the room size varies, the colour palette varies, and this gives you all the tools that you need as a DM to really customize your encounter, to make your party think and work their way through the dungeon, and gives you lots of different inspirations for what might be happening on these pages. So you can see we have some cells here. This could be a fighting pit. It could equally be the basement of a pub. It could be a suspicious gang hideout. It could be an attic. It could be a spit and sawdust establishment. This could also be a village outside at night. And We also include things like our bridge section here. So you have a raised area, you could be firing onto the bridge, this could be a leap, there's lots of different things going on. And again, we have larger areas here. We also have a cave system in the dungeon, which runs through, and again, you have standard entry exit points on the maps, so you can line this up with different things. So you can run the cave through into the other cave system, or into the dungeon here. Again, it all flows through beautifully. So your adventure will flow rather seamlessly. And again, if things do take an unexpected turn, you simply need to turn the pages, find the appropriate map, and you have an encounter area laid out before you with no need to draw or customize anything on the spot. So it takes the pressure off, it takes the time pressure off pre-game, and it just makes things a little bit smoother in-game as well. We have some puzzle rooms here, and we have some sewers here as well. And once again, I did talk about different sort of ways you can use these maps, because don't forget that that 360-degree spine means you can use each page individually. So this sewer map that we're looking at here, you can use this as a single page if it's a random encounter, or if you've got a boss fight popping out of here but it's an enclosed space and you haven't got the option to move away once you're here. This is the only map you're going to need. If you have the table space, then you can use this entire 2-foot by 2-foot epic play area to set something out and have a really intricate multi-session map going on. And as you can see here, we have a tower, and again you have your standard entry exit points, and we'll come back to those in a minute, finishing up in what we like to call our Hell Forge. And these again are hardback books, so these are really robust things, they travel very well. This is 1-foot by 1-foot and folded, so it'll fit in your backpack, they fit on any bookshelf, and they open out to create this epic play area, and it's a really big area that you get from lining the two books up. But if you were to be playing the tower scenario, but you wanted a bit of an adventure to get into it, you can equally well line up the two pages like this to create a map where you come through this winding corridor and then straight into the tower to work your way up. The standard entry exit point lets you do that. It is a very flexible gaming system, and it means that any page can be used and lined up thus, so that you have an infinite number not only of page combinations but also of different shapes and sizes for the encounters as well. And that is, it's just another weapon in your DM arsenal, so that you can keep these books back for random encounters, or you can use them for the big set piece boss fights, or your intricate, your multi-session dungeon runs. They are equally as useful for both. It's an incredibly versatile tool. Available now. That is the Dungeon Books of Battle Mats by Loki Battle Mats.